Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. I apologize profusely. I was doing some research on something I wanted to talk about today, and I just totally lost track of time. I am so sorry. So I will go late this morning. Good Lord. I'm so sorry. So, goodness. Good morning, Valerie. How are you? Okay. So I have, oh my gosh, I have so many things to blab about. Girls. I have, I have to turn off because I had the volume on my laptop because last night was book club, and so, we have to blab back and forth on that. Anyway. Is everyone ready to get artsy today? I am. Everybody make sure you have a big drink. So Valerie, I've 2 days ago in the mail, I got my new lid for my cup in the right size. And you know what? I don't love it. I like the fact that I can put a straw in it and I can use it that way, but I usually put water in my cup and then put my drink mix and shake it up, and it is not an airtight seal, the other lid. And so I have to use the coffee lid, I don't know what else to call it, for the shaken up part, and then put the other lid on for the straw. And then I was like, why am I bothering? I don't care. Anyway, crazy. All of that trouble for something so silly. Oh, if you don't know, I have this coffee lid thing for my cup, and I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know, it doesn't naturally come to me to drink that way. And so I ordered what I thought was was a lid that it has that slider top thing on it, and then you can put a straw in it. And I got it, and it was this big because I ordered extra small instead of extra large. So now I have that, whatever. So I did order the right size and got it back, and then it wasn't the perfect thing I thought it was going to be. If you're brand new here, if you would like, follow, subscribe to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that. And then be sure to ask to join Stitch Along with Ann and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook groups. Okay, so today we are playing with the Keely art printable. Good morning, Sue. And if you'll remember, I filled in all the segments of this heart with my Derwent ink. No, these are Graphitint colors. I love that. It looks almost camo-ish, doesn't it? In a weird kind of way. I know, Valerie, it's so stupid for a cup. It's so stupid. But I love this cup because it's so colorful and just reminds me of Mexico and Puerto Rico and all of those things that I love. It's the beautiful artwork, what we do for artwork, Good morning, Patricia. How are you? So anyway, I'm just taking some time this morning to play with filling in these hearts. The Keely art printable has 4 distinct hearts. Good morning, Sue. And then I have I want to work on my on my my Superbowl or printable. And you know I did deep dives on so much information and research on just about every little detail about the Super Bowl. I can't help myself. My aunt said something about it the other day, and I thought, I am Joanne's daughter. She said something about like that I do so much research, and I was like, I am Joanne's daughter. Joanne was the queen of like finding out why, or finding out deep dives on more information, why people do the things they do. You know, people are fascinating to me. So let's see. Let's fill that last one in with some water. I love those ink. Look at that. I think that might be Jeffrey's Valentine right there. Stop it. Okay, so I'm thinking about all the artsy things. And I'm going to set this aside to dry. And I'm going to bring my Super Bowl piece over here. And I wanted to talk about... I have pages of information to put in here. Who knows? So I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit. I did draw it to fit our page. So if you trim this, it will fit our composition book pages. So I painted with my highlighters in the logo, because that's the way it was drawn and that's how it was filled in. And then I obviously use some different markers to fill in the two teams, and I need to, so I have the score and blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. Bad Bunny, his logo is white, and so I thought, I'm going to leave that white, but then his pava hat, stop it! I love that. So I colored that in with a different, I think what was one of my midliners, mild liner. Good morning, Vic. Hey, Nance. I can't remember if it's, hey, Patricia. Anyway, so I filled those things in with color, and then I started to think about, like, I still need to fill in all of my information, right? But then I had just bought these gel pen. You know I love me a gel pen, girls. So I have these gel pens that are called Milky Way from Karin markers, and I haven't really done a deep dive of play with them yet. So I thought, well, no time like the present. So look, because look at this hot pink and this blue and this yellow. I thought, oh, and this green, and I thought those just might be the perfect addition to this creation. So I thought, oh, shut up. There's the hot pink. There's the green. There's the blue. What's the other one? Yellow. Kissed a fellow. Right. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to add some little details with these? And then I thought, wouldn't it be cool to paint one of these hearts with highlighters and then repeat the process of enhancing with gel pens? So that's kind of my thought this morning. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep this little scratch down here. thinking, what if, because my marker lines are almost all horizontal, I thought, oh, you know what? My mark making is going to be horizontal lines, I think. And remember, with gel pens, you need to barely touch your surface. So like no pressure at all with that pen. Keep a piece of scratch paper handy for just priming that pen. And you know, so I've never used these, so I'm having to get used to them right here on camera, and I'll figure out like how they like to work the best. But I just thought, wouldn't it be cool to add just like another layer of fun to this art printable with the addition of gel pens. I love that. And I think I want to do each thing separate. Like this tree is going to be separate mark making from this tree. But I just love, and I'm just going to embrace the skip, because you can't, this pink on pink is pretty subtle. But I'm finding that, so just know that I'm finding that there's this sweet spot with these jelly pens that you have to find your sweet spot of pressure to get like the smoothest lines, for lack of a better word. Oh my gosh, you guys. So Arizona, I know we are certainly not cold and snowy like other places. I'm just going to tell you, I just read this morning, no, yesterday, another friend wrote that as of February 9th, Sault Ste. Marie, where my dad lives, has gotten 135.9 inches of snow. How insane is that? So when I say it's chilly in the morning in my house, I know all of my cold weather friends and family are like, yeah, right, whatever. But you guys, I got, so every day after pop-in paint party or stitch along, I take, because I've been talking for a solid hour, right? I have like my quiet hour, and Jeff knows, like, don't talk to me unless it's like, you know, important. But I just need that hour to like kind of regroup myself. And so I watch The View every morning, and well, I try to watch it every morning. But anyway, it's a little chilly in here in the morning, but by afternoon it's so hot. I turned the air conditioning on yesterday. It was so hot. Like it was in the mid 80s yesterday, which is insane. I know, it's just insane. Anyway, one day, a couple weeks ago, they have a thing called View Your Deal where they have different makers. Come on there. Makers, or like women-owned businesses, or just businesses that they think have cool products. So, I would, oh my gosh, you guys, I love that so much. Oh my gosh. So anyway, they had, one, and you don't even want to know how many things I order from that. Whatever. Anyway, I have, in the morning, like I said, I'm often chilly because my studio is in the basement of my house. And, because I live in a tri-level. Anyway, so they had this thing that they called a lightweight body wrap. Oh my gosh, you guys. So you know I got me one in hot pink. And I got one for my sister, and I got one for my mother-in-law. So it is like a hoodie, but it's, you guys, it's like it's like a stuffed animal in texture, and you are immediately warm when you put it on. Anyway, I love it. So if you're interested in looking them up, I got it on View Your Deal. So you might watch for a sale, but it's at katydid.com, KATYDID.com. Anyway, I'm loving it. And I thought, oh, I need to share that with my pals. Because I like it when you guys share cool stuff with me. Right? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is just adding like this, another layer of coolness to this. And it certainly doesn't need to be perfect, right? Because it's mark making. Mark making is supposed to be, let's see, what's a better way to do this? Let's come over here, maybe. So my hand isn't in the middle of it. Oh my gosh, so you guys know, every year, well, you should know, if you've been here for a while. If you're new here, then we'll tell you about it. So every year, Jeff goes on a boys' trip to Las Vegas. He and his friends all meet up in Vegas, and they watch the Super Bowl together. And so Jeff loves to gamble, but he's a frugal man. So I never worry like we're gonna lose the house or anything. He just has fun with his friends. Anyway, if he wins big, it's so comfy, Valerie. It's so comfy. And I only need to wear it like, for a little bit in the morning. But my mother-in-law is always cold, so I got her one in blue because blue is her favorite color. And my sister works in a dental office in Montana, so it's cold there. And she can, they can only wear black to work. And so I got her a black one. I hope she likes it. Or you know what? She can wear it watching TV at night. I don't care. I was just thinking about her. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this so much. That crazy. Can you guys hear that crazy dog running around like mad upstairs? Oh, so anyway, I love a Kate Spade purse. And every now and again, Jeff will win big and he'll bring me a Kate Spade purse. Anyway, he said that the Kate Spade store that he goes to normally was closed. And so I didn't get a Kate Spade purse, but I got something equally as cool. So when we were in New York, I think I showed you. Oh my gosh. I'm loving that so much, you guys. And now I'm thinking with the blue. When we were in New York, whoops, we, let's get that moving. I'm sure I must have told you guys about, there's a girl who has vending machine art. And her art is, oh my gosh, so cool. And I got a bunch of them. But they're everywhere. So be on the lookout for vending machines that have art. Anyway, so Jeff knew because he had to wait in the line with me to get to the vending machine. To get to the vending machine in Grand Central Terminal in New York City. So he knew about that, and he saw one in Las Vegas. And so that's what I got. That's what he brought me back. So it was this box, and it says Tiny Quilty Heart, and by Natasha Wild, and it says embellished and unique. So I opened it, and this is what was inside. This, shut up. Look at this heart. Don't you love it? Don't you? This is much more my style. It's beautiful though, right? It was rolled up and tied with this little piece of fabric. And then it had this, hi crazy. It had this little piece of paper rolled up that says New Mexico Orange Door Sewing Studio. Quilt and sew, teach and make, pickleball and community. 1 husband, 1 daughter, 2 sewing machines, 1 house full of quilts. So cool, right? And then there were these 4 glass beads inside. And there was another little piece of paper that I must not have grabbed, but it said that these were just for weight in the box. So like maybe the machine needs like so much weight for things to fall, whatever. And so it said, please discard. And I was like, oh, heck no. I'll find something to do with those. Anyway, very cool, right? And it's just as cool as a Kate Spade purse in my estimation. Anywho, I just thought I would tell you guys about that. I know, it's so cute, right? Anyway, let's all take a drink and celebrate that, shall we? Okay, let's continue. See, it's already getting too warm for me to wear this little jacket, but it just hangs on the back of my chair here in my studio. So let's do some more embellishing, shall we? So always have that piece of paper to just kind of get your pen primed. I just gotta find their sweet spot. I don't give up on anything artsy. So, I posted my Superbowl interactive art printable on Sunday, and I got a note from Lindsay. And she said, hey, I was going to draw one too, but do you mind if I just do yours? And I said, no, go ahead. So we kind of agreed on that. And then I knew this was going to happen. She was like, I drew my own. I said, okay. So I will print hers off and I will fill that in too. And because I thought, oh, that's kind of a cool thing. So I will put one on one page and one, so it's like a double page spread because I have so much, I have so much facts and stuff that I want to talk about the Super Bowl. I always do. Well, you know what? What if I just color in these? Oh, shut up. That's cool. Just a little bit. And I don't want it to be like overpowering or anything. I just want little bits of color and shine to kind of happen here. Bye, crazy dog. Go upstairs. You need to go to work, Maisie. Yep, there she goes. I think everything can be an art tool, don't you? I'm telling you, Debbie, she's crazy. That Maisie. She is. She is. Oh my God. Oh, Valerie says, what does that say? Are you going to get rain this week? Oh. Did you just get some? You're supposed to get rain later this evening. Okay. All right. I'll be on the lookout. I keep forgetting you're on at 9. I know, Deb, because now you're in my own time zone. That's always crazy, isn't it? Every time I'm at my dad's, I say that to Keely. I go, hey, we're in the same time zone. But I'm just going to tell you, we can talk whether it's, 6 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh my gosh. I love that so much. Okay, now let's do green. Let's do polka dots, shall we? I was thinking about, so Deb, I was thinking about Miss Maisie. She's so crazy. I was thinking maybe we have Jeff bring her over for a little visit, but it needs to be a little visit. So when I was watching the Super Bowl, Desiree, my great niece, texted and said, can I come over? I said, sure. And so I went and picked her up. So we watched the Super Bowl together. Well, she mostly played with Maisie and did handstands in the backyard. That's her thing. She likes to do handstands. And so, and her aunt was kind of lame. We like to pick out fruit together every week. So we went to the store and we picked up some fruit. Did I think about getting like some kind of a meal? No, I did not. And so we got our fruit and we each got a slice of cake because I told her, Uncle Jeff and I like to, at the grocery store, how you can buy a slice of cake. We buy a slice of cake. We don't want a whole cake in our house, for crying out loud. But we each buy a slice of cake so then we can share. But she wasn't sharing. I go, but it'll last you a couple days, You just eat a little bit of cake. And so she still has some cake in the fridge. Anyway, so we didn't end up, so she wanted to play outside, but she wanted to watch Bad Bunny. And so we just ended up, because I didn't want to miss any of the commercials or anything. So we just did Uber Eats with McDonald's. Stop it, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that so much. And now we have to do yellow. And what are we going to do with yellow? It was a battle of the Super Bowl page. And you know what? It wasn't a battle because we just support each other. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking for the yellow, let's just do these lines. And I'm thinking maybe I do her page in my highlighters too. Do you know what I mean? If you took my Back to Art School class, then you'll know that I started this whole thing about highlighters as a art material. I told you I can make art with anything. So little like vertical dashes, for lack of a better term. I can't think of what else to call it, but oh my gosh, these colors match the highlighters perfectly. So you guys, I told you I primed myself for the Super Bowl by listening to Bad Bunny playlist on my Spotify, and oh, I just fell in love. You know, I love me an accent, and I love me some kind of salsa based music. Oh, I love that stuff. And I will say, I found out that Mr. Benito, what is his name? It's quite commanding, his name. Just a second. I wrote it all down. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. No, that's not right. Ocasio. Okay, so he is also a Pisces, like me. So I was like, kindred spirit, kindred spirit. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Now I'm thinking, let's play with one of the, let's do this heart in our highlighters. Shut it. I buy a slice of cake too. I know. Know what I got, Valerie? I got birthday cake. She got carrot cake. We were both so happy. And my birthday cake, that lasted like days. I just eat a couple bites, couple bites, couple bites. It's the best. Everybody take a drink. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I have pages and pages and pages of notes to share about the stinking Super Bowl. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, but here's a couple things that I really want to make sure that we include. So I reposted I think in the Corbiere-Scott Designs group, maybe it was on the page, about these 3 friends who have gone to all 60 Super Bowls. How amazing is that? And their first ticket was like $10. Now they're thousands, but anyway, and I wrote down their names, and it's crazy. Like they're from all different parts of the country. I love it. But they're in their 70s and 80s, and so one of the guys might be even 90 this year. He thought that this might be his last one, and so what a year to go out on, right? The 60th year. Oh, you guys. Sam Darnold has the Bird app on his phone. You guys, you know that made me smile, because you know how much I love my Bird app. Keep Savannah Guthrie and her family in your prayers. Holy tamale. It's just crazy, that whole situation. Okay, let's just start filling in. And these are just Bic bright liner, regular old highlighters. Like you can get during the back to school. Hence, that was why it was a class in my back to art school. There we go. Let's do these roses pink too, shall we? Okay, let's do some greenery. Part of the scenery. You know, like Supertramp sings. They're still on my on my hit parade. Super Tramp. I'm really... I'm telling you. So let's talk about Bad Bunny's halftime show. I loved it. And I'm going to say what I said last year. Did you guys watch it with your artist's eye? Watch it with your artist's eye. Number one, he told such a story. He told, and it, because you know, I've been to Puerto Rico and I fell in love with that. I fell in love with Puerto Rico. The people and the atmosphere and the terrain. It's so beautiful. And the food. I told you I ate mofongo every single day I was there. Anyway. I loved that it just, there was so many things that I remembered from our trip to Puerto Rico. There were so many things. I just loved it. I loved the storytelling, and you know, I loved the, okay, let's do orange in the center of this one. Then let's do this one, yellow petals. That's what I'm thinking. Yellow petals. We could do blue in the center of this. But I'm thinking let's do blue, the whole back, the heart, let's do it blue. So in art school, we learned when you're coloring with markers to do like this. And so, you know, you can color with your markers however you ding dang please. This is just how we learned it. Trying to butt those stripes up with as close as possible. But because I'm doing it this way, I feel like I want to play up the horizontal lines with my mark making. What did you say, Valerie? I loved it. You didn't need to understand the words to understand what he was saying. Exactly. And you know what? Music is music. Dancing is dancing. As my friend Carmen says, you can't sit down. I'm telling you, we were just moving and grooving on the couch, Miss Desi and Maisie and I. The whole time. Ooh, so here's a couple things that I noticed. I told Keely, I kind of fell in love with Lady Gaga's dress, her fingernails, her flower, and her shoes, that bright red. And then the more I looked at that flower, I was like, wait a minute. So when we were in Puerto Rico, we had this driver guy, his name was Benny, and he took us all over. He, because Jeff had been to Puerto Rico for work, he had been there, and they had this driver that they hired to take them places. His name is Benny, and so we just hired him to take us everywhere. He's the one who took us to the rainforest, the stinking rainforest, you guys. It was, oh my gosh, so cool. Anyway, he showed up, so he kind of figured out, it was my 60th birthday, and he figured out that I was kind of mad for flowers, and so, I made him stop so many times for flowers and like billboards and murals on the sides of buildings and you name it. Anyway, he, we were just driving through this neighborhood, and he stopped, and I said, what are we going to look at here? And he said, this tree, and this tree had these beautiful red flowers, and they were let me find it. Flor de Manga, and they are the official flower of Puerto Rico, and they grow on trees. They're so beautiful, you guys. And sometimes they call them amapoa, which is a Puerto Rican term for hibiscus, which I'm sure I'm myrtleizing that word. Oh my gosh. So then I went back and I was like, no wonder I loved that flower so much. Anywho, so now I'm just going to fill in little bits and bobs with this little pointy end of my highlighter. Okay, stop it. Look at it. Okay, let's do yellow in the center of this flower. Okay, you guys, I'm so loving this. It's almost pop artish, right? Everybody take a drink. I saw a sentiment or quote earlier today, and I thought, oh, let's do a page with that on Thursday. And so let's see, where is, okay. No, that's not the piece of paper. Here it is. Okay, so do any of you follow Leah Griffith? Leah Griffith does handmade flowers, and she usually does them out of crepe paper, like big sheets of crepe paper, and they're just beautiful. You can buy kits of hers, and anyway, they're just beautiful. I have I think it's a Christmas wreath kit that I've yet to do, but now I absolutely will. But anyway, she had a post this morning that wasn't her flowers. It was just a beautiful picture, and it said, when your hands create, your mind finds calm. And I thought, doesn't that speak to us, right? When your hands create, your mind finds calm. And then she wrote this beautiful caption, and I thought, I'm totally writing every word that she said down. And we're going to make a page on Thursday featuring this, featuring that sentiment. When your hands create, your mind finds calm, because, hello, that's us. The world moves fast. It asks a lot of us, but there's a quiet steadiness that comes from making something with our hands. Whether you're cutting paper, stitching a few lines, simmering a favorite recipe, or letting your pen wander across a page, the act of creating has a way of bringing us back to ourselves. Swear, you guys, is that just us or what? That one just spoke to me. Okay, so now let's add some gel pen to this, shall we? So I have my, there we go. Let's see, what are we going to do with, I'm thinking I just want to, where's my folded paper? This time, I don't know that I want to do mark making as much as I want to just do some enhancing. So I'm just coming from the center of the flower on the petals and just flicking color out from the center to just enhance that flower. And like we always do, we go up the sides, because that's going to give our flower, our petal, some form, right? And P.S., Desi was so happy with Uber Eats McDonald's. She was like, Auntie, I think that sounds like a great idea. So what about on these pink roses? What if we just add some polka dots? Just for fun. She was so all over the place. She was like, hey, I want to paint a picture. Hey, can you teach me how to crochet? Hey, I want to go outside and do some cartwheels. Hey, I want to, you know, oh, to be 10 again. I'm thinking. It is us, right, Valerie? My thoughts exactly. I love those little those pen flicks. Remember, turn that substrate. Ugh. Okay, so then I'm thinking, I have all these other colors. What could I do with these other colors? I think this is white, is it? Yes. So let's see if I can get, yes, it's flowing. Yep, perfect. I'm going to just add a little bit of white to the petals. And here's the thing, when you're kind of highlighting, embellishing, for lack of a better word, with gel pens, it can be so inexact. What if we do, I was thinking, what if we do like a grid in the center of this posy? So I think I'm going to, so in preparation for Thursday's art journal page, hey Denise, let's play with the, let's print the Keely off on copy paper, because we want thin on, you know, or maybe, I don't know, maybe, you know what? Hold that, because I have too many ideas going on in my head. Anybody else plagued with that? What if we do flicks with the highlighter? Because we know it's going to be, we know this is going to be, it's going to be, darker where the flowers are laying on top of the heart. So we want to show that little bit of shadow. And the flick as a mark making tool is perfect because it just naturally kind of fades out, right? Do this one, we could just do a second layer on the inside here. Oh, I love that. What do you think? Do you guys like it? Now, I'm thinking, what if I do this one? Do you remember, I'm trying to think. We did a, remember we did some highlighter work with our word of the year. And we did it so it looked kind of neonish. That's what I kind of am feeling with this. Or I could make it look like it was stitched. Like I could make this look like the word love, like it's satin stitch. Shut up, how cute would that be? Let's do that, shall we? Let's do our green background first. Just feeling green this morning. And this is printed on watercolor paper. Okay, I'm gonna do this big part up here, and then I'll come and fill in all of the bits and bobs. Deb, are you loving your time in Arizona? It's so crazy that it's so warm in February, isn't it? My birthday is February 26th. And I'm just gonna, yes, that's the first day of our retreat. And I was like, ooh, happy birthday to me. Anyway, I just remember when I first moved here and I went to that particular year, I went to get the mail out of the mailbox in shorts on my birthday in February. And I remember thinking, this is crazy. I have to decide what color I'm going to make my letters. I don't know just yet. Okay, what was everybody's favorite commercial during the Super Bowl? Inquiring minds want to know. I thought some of them were real dumb. Or hard to understand because I guess I'm old. Because there were a million things that I was like, what? Am I supposed to know who that is? Oh, a lot of asking Desiree, who's that guy? Does he sing a song? What does he do? One of my favorites was the Lay's potato chip, the potato farm. Because remember, I told you one of my very first jobs was my next door neighbor, Shelly Irwin. She, like, as a teenager, she was like 2 years older than me, maybe 3 years older than me. She grew potatoes, and so she hired me to help harvest them. But we had no machinery. You guys, we dug them up with our hands. That was a long summer, I'm just going to tell you. But it was fun. And then I remember it was my first, she sold me potatoes wholesale, and then I could sell them retail. That was interesting. And I remember there was a store on Sugar Island, and my dad had called him and asked him if he would buy potatoes from me. And so I drove all the way up to the zoo to sell my potatoes, and he was like, no, I don't think so. And I go, I'm calling my dad. He bought my potatoes. Oh, God. Nancy, I want to be in Arizona. We are expecting, no way, you're expecting snow. Good gravy. Hey, Kay. Everybody take a drink. So I love the potato, the Lay's potato chip one. What was the other one that I was like, I liked Duncan one, Shut Up. How cute was that? And I like the Coinbase one, which I don't even really know exactly what Coinbase is, but I love that they had the words of the, like, it captured your attention. It was the lyrics of Rock Your Body and from the Backstreet Boys, and it just, like, a line would pop up and another line would pop up, and it was brightly colored, and it just captured my attention. It was very good. Let's see. I liked the Green Day concert. I liked the and I thought they were going to play on Alcatraz, but they didn't. They were at the stadium. And I liked that there were former players in Letterman's jackets. I loved that. I'm telling you, I love all the little crazy details about pretty much everything in life. But anyway, let's see. The MVP was Kenneth Walker III. So that was interesting. He was very nice. And I had watched him all season long, so it was nice to see that. Oh, and the Walter Payton Man of the Year was Bobby Wagner of the Washington Commanders, and you guys, so it's so crazy. It's so crazy how life is so, I can't think of the word, where things all seem to happen to support one other thing that's happening in your life. Like the universe just kind of brings all these things in. Anyway, so Bobby Wagner's charitable foundation is called Fast 54 Phinia May Fund, and it is in honor of his mother, who passed away from stroke complications at the age of 47, you guys, in May of 2009. And I just thought so his foundation is all about stroke awareness, education, and patient care. But what I was thinking about was, remember we were just talking a couple weeks ago about saying our loved ones' names who have passed? And I just thought, I'm going to figure out how to say her name, Phinia, and I'm going to say her name. They did go to Disneyland on Monday. How cool is that? Did you go, Valerie? Did you go, or did you abstain? Because I'm sure it was craziness. I think I want to do another layer of blue on this, you guys. I'm going to flick a little further this time, I think. So I have an even bigger, like a little bit darker shadow here. I'm glad I did that. Let's do it all the way down here. Okay. Okay, it's 10:07. I started at 9:07, so I can say goodbye now. Oh my gosh, I deeply apologize for my my deep dive into something else that was on this list. I don't even remember what it was exactly. Oh, it was the Katie Did jacket. I needed to find out all the information about it. Anyway, go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. We have the power. We have the power to make it terrific. I adore you all. Thank you so much for taking time to just hang with me, whether it's live or on the replay. Just know that it is so greatly appreciated. And I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along. February is National Embroidery Month, by the way. I adore you all. Thanks so much, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.